Why can some people function on less sleep? Welcome back to the realm of curiosities. Today we're going to talk about why some people can function perfectly well on very little sleep, while most people only think they can. Most adults are advised to sleep for at least 7 hours each night. Regularly, getting less is associated with poorer concentration, slower reactions, and increased risks to physical and mental health. Yet a tiny group of people appear to break this rule. They are known as natural short sleepers. These people may sleep for only 4 to 6 hours a night, wake without difficulty, and remain energetic throughout the day. They do not depend on several alarms, excessive caffeine, or long weekend lie-ins. Most importantly, this pattern is natural and lifelong. They are not forcing themselves to sleep less. Their bodies genuinely appear to require less sleep. Scientists first discovered a major clue while studying a family in which 2 members regularly slept for approximately 6 hours. Researchers identified a rare mutation in a gene called DEC2, also known as BHLHE41. Family members without the mutation averaged about 8 hours of sleep, while the carriers naturally slept for roughly 2 hours less. When researchers introduced the same mutation into mice and fruit flies, the animals also slept less. This suggested that the mutation was not simply associated with short sleep. It was helping cause it. DEC2 is involved in regulating genes connected to the body's sleep and wake systems. But it is not the only gene linked to natural short sleep. Scientists have also identified rare variants involving genes called ADRB1, NPSR1, and GRM1. These genes influence different signaling systems in the brain, including pathways involved in wakefulness, stress responses, and communication between neurons. The exact explanation is still being investigated. Natural short sleepers may have unusually efficient sleep. Their brains could complete some of sleep's essential work in less time, or they may accumulate sleep pressure differently from the average person. Sleep pressure is the biological drive that makes you increasingly tired the longer you remain awake. One chemical connected to this process is adenosine. It gradually builds while you are awake and contributes to the urge to sleep. During sleep, that pressure falls again. Caffeine temporarily makes you feel more alert, largely by blocking adenosine receptors, but it does not remove the underlying need for sleep. A natural short sleeper may process this pressure differently. However, scientists have not yet identified one simple mechanism shared by every short sleeper. And this leads to an important distinction. A natural short sleeper is not the same as someone who sleeps for 5 hours because of work, stress, children, gaming, or late-night television. Most people who repeatedly restrict their sleep are accumulating a sleep debt, even when they claim to feel fine. In laboratory studies, people restricted to too little sleep often report that they are adapting after several days. Their subjective feeling of sleepiness stops becoming dramatically worse. But objective tests tell a different story. Their attention lapses and reaction time failures continue accumulating. In other words, they become accustomed to the feeling of exhaustion without fully recovering their performance. That is what makes chronic sleep restriction deceptive. You may feel normal because tiredness has become your normal state. You might still go to work, hold conversations, and complete familiar tasks. But during monotonous activities, especially driving, brief failures of attention can become dangerous. True natural short sleepers generally do not struggle through the morning and then become energetic after coffee. They tend to awaken refreshed, remain alert during the day, and maintain the pattern even when they have the opportunity to sleep longer. They also usually do not spend every weekend recovering from the working week. For everyone else, regularly needing an alarm, sleeping much longer on free days, feeling sleepy during quiet activities, or relying heavily on caffeine can suggest that the body is not receiving enough rest. Sleep quality also matters. A person may spend 8 hours in bed, but receive poor quality sleep because of repeated awakenings, insomnia, or conditions such as sleep apnea. Another person may sleep for 7 uninterrupted hours and feel considerably better. So, can you train yourself to become a natural short sleeper? Probably not. You may become better at tolerating tiredness, but that does not mean your biological need for sleep has changed. The rare genetic variants found in natural short sleepers appear to be part of how they were built, not an ability developed through discipline. Researchers hope that studying these people will eventually reveal how sleep restores the brain and why some individuals can complete that restoration more efficiently. But until scientists understand those mechanisms, copying the schedule of a natural short sleeper is like copying the diet of someone with an unusually fast metabolism. The results may not be the same. Some people really can wake after 5 hours feeling completely restored, but they are exceptions. For most of us, needing sleep is not laziness or a lack of determination. It is the brain collecting the time it needs to repair, reorganize, and prepare us for another day.